Have you ever rathered this? But have you ever supposed that? Have you ever tried yourself in a certain manner, but found you liked another thing? Welcome to Would You Rather. Once again, your host, Barnaby Sports. How's it going, ladies and gentlemen? I mean, we just jump right into it pretty much. Would you rather speak like Yoda or breathe like Darth Vader? Here's the thing. I have an APAP or a CPAP, whatever it's called. I literally breathe like Darth Vader nightly. But like Yoda is this, would be a lot more fun if you ask me. Interesting. I'm in the minority there. Okay. Would you rather share your location with everyone all the time or never be able to use GPS again? Okay, that's easy. I could navigate with a map. I know a lot of you Gen Alpha out there cannot use a map. I can navigate with a map. Use GPS. Never. Yeah, okay. Interesting. Erase your worst memory or relive your best memory? For those who have lived a very difficult life, this would probably be your thing, but you'd have a lot of worst memories versus your best memory, which you could relive that very moment. I would actually probably go with this because it decreases the data set, to be honest. I can see that very clearly. Be a whistleblower exposing government corruption or a high-ranking official in a corrupt administration. So would you rather be, it's pretty much asking, would you rather be powerless but be able to destructure a whole government, or powerful but you're part of a corrupt government? Give me destructure the government for 10,000. Okay. Be able to control people's emotions around you or control your own emotions perfectly. Interesting. So it's like the superpower where you can give people emotions or change their emotions versus being able to control one's own emotions perfectly. I feel like either way is manipulation, but personally, because my personality is an INTJ, I don't always understand emotion, and I would like to have that understanding to further my development as a human being. So I would, be convicted of a crime you didn't commit, or kill and get away with it. Ooh, okay. Would you rather have a pause button for your life or a rewind button? Okay, would you rather pause in a moment or go back? What I would assume is it kind of works like freezing time in this sense. Like I could freeze time in that moment. But wouldn't I myself be frozen? Because this doesn't say that I would be unfrozen. Or a rewind button that takes me back. I don't want to do stuff over again. That's not my idea. Time is linear. Let's keep moving. I'll pause it. Would you rather be emotionless or feel too much? Be emotionless. I mean, I already don't understand emotion very well. Would you rather be completely alone for 5 years or never be alone for 5 years? Oh, okay. Here's the thing. In the human experience, let's be real. Who wants to be alone? Like, who really wants to be alone? Yeah, I can understand getting smothered, but at least... Oh, but would that... Oh, whoops. Would being alone constitute, like, using the restroom? Like, eating breakfast, going to work? Well, are you alone in your car? Like, I'll never be alone. I'll take it. I'll have some random dude be in my car. Yeah, I can see that. Alpha wolves out there like, oh, I'd rather be alone. Live in a society with mandatory facial recognition or one with complete lack of surveillance but high crime. This is a very interesting one. Would you rather be constantly watched or never watched but constantly at risk? I think most people in this scenario would choose security over security, because that's what live in a society with mandatory facial recognition. That's security. Yeah, people can steal your face, but the reality is people know your face at that point. Versus one with complete lack of surveillance but high crime, you're never secure and you're never safe. You're constantly at risk, you're constantly in danger. I would rather be safe, but safety is, very vague in that sense, but I'd rather be safe. Would you rather make a decision that benefits you but harms others, or one that benefits others but harms you? I mean, this is kind of an easy one for me. I'm selfish, but I'm not that selfish. I'd rather others build up around me, to be honest. Be immortal or have 9 lives. Okay. The one thing about immortality, I don't know if people romanticize immortality. Picture this. You start your life in the year 2000. By the year 3000, you've seen every war in 1,000 years and have a bunch of children, probably a long bloodline, but none of them will know you. By the year 4000, everyone would have forgotten you. By the year 5000, the world's crumbling. The year 6, you would go on forever. You couldn't die. And at the exact same time, eventually, no one would pay attention to you. Because, just that guy's seen it all. But yet, he can't give us any good information. Because it's not saying you're immortal, but you're super smart. Right, you would have to build up your own intelligence and your own smarts through that time period. And if we assume you do, then that's great and you help humanity. But if we assume you don't, then you'll never have an end. Every good story needs an end. Poor in a rich country or rich in a poor country? You're rich in the United States or you're poor in the United States, you're rich in every other third world country. Whereas you're rich in a poor country, you may be the king of dirt, but you're the king of dirt. You get what I'm trying to say? You may be the king of that dirt mound, but if you try to go outside of your world scope, you're going to find there's much bigger dirt mounds you're not king of. I'd rather be poor. Sick for the rest of your life, or kill a kitten. That kitten's gone. Stuck in an elevator with 3 wet dogs or with 3 people who fart constantly. 3 wet dogs. I can't smell either way, but I like dogs. Stuck on an island with a killer, or stuck in the ocean with hungry sharks. I'm not stuck on the island with that killer. That killer is stuck on the island with me. Build something good or destroy something bad? Would you rather create or destroy? Who determines good or bad, blah, 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 blah. Personally, I would rather create. Want to know when you die or when the person you love dies? I'd rather know when I die. I have a finite end then. I have from 0 to infinity, right? Hypothetically speaking, when you're born, you have from 0 till infinity. You don't know when your point between 0 and infinity ends. If you know that, then you can truly plan for that point in time in your life. So I'd rather know when you die. I don't want to know when my girlfriend dies. Your own meat for the rest of your life, or no? You have no idea how much I cook. Change my political party. That's easy. Always be overdressed or always be underdressed? Okay, underdressed. Ooh. Hear me out. You show up to a birthday party underdressed. You have everyone know your darkest secret, or have everyone believe a false but embarrassing rumor about you? I'd rather believe a rumor, because at least I know the truth. Fight a bear with a butter knife, a wolf with your bare hands. The leader of the Build Different Battalion will take on the wolf with my bare hands! Freeze to death or burn to death? Nah, this one's rough. Freeze or burn, they're both prolonged to a point, but from what I understand, with this one you stop feeling it. With this, you never stop feeling cold. So I'd rather burn to death. Would you rather get paid for reading books or watching TV? Personally, I would much rather get paid for reading books, because watching TV, I stare at a screen most of the day anyway. With programming, you don't want to stare at a screen the rest of the day. Would you rather always feel like you're about to sneeze but can't, or have a permanent itch you can't scratch? This one is less at the head, to be honest. I can just chop it off. Would you rather give up showering / bathing for a month, or give up the internet 100%? Okay, you 38% of stinky Gen Alpha users out there, I don't want to hear it. Want to know the uncomfortable truth of the world, or live a comfortable lie? Okay. Would you rather... This is a similar way of asking, would you rather live in not obscurity. Would you rather be ignorant to the things around you, or know, but never be able to live comfortably again? I would rather want to know the uncomfortable truth, because then at least I can understand and work to fix it. Have a photographic memory, or be able to forget anything you want? I don't. So this is called an eidetic memory, actually, where you can remember pretty much everything at the drop of a hat at the moment. Eidetic memories are great, but I would rather forget anything. This is gonna sound sad, but like, there's things in my life that I don't want to remember, and I don't want to have like nightmares about. I'd rather just be able to forget anything I want. Would you rather be constantly tired no matter how much you sleep, or constantly hungry? Okay, I am this already, so yeah, that's easy. Live without YouTube, or okay, adios TikTok. I never wanted you anyway. You have to publicly share your search history, or publicly share your camera roll. Well, my camera roll has a bunch of dog pictures, a bunch of my. Save one person you love from a burning building, or save one person I love 100%. I need to be that guy if I care about it. An extremely high IQ but be socially awkward. Be extremely charismatic but have a low IQ. Okay. Some would think I already am one of these, and I won't point out which one. I won't point it out. But here's the thing. I have a registered IQ of 144. So, I already have a high IQ, and I'm already socially awkward. So that one's pretty simple for me. Would you rather be able to fly or to breathe underwater? Okay, this will be the last one for this right now. If you could breathe underwater, truly breathe underwater, you no longer need to travel upon the surface. You can live in the trenches below. But here's the thing. There's a lot of pressure down there, so you'll only be able to like breathe really shallowly. I love the water personally. And as much as it'd be fun to fly, I don't want to like start flying and then accidentally go into government airspace and get swatted down by the government supply swatter. So I'd rather breathe underwater. Okay, yeah, it checks out. This was fun. If you want to see more in the future, I'd be willing to do it. But go ahead and drop a comment letting me know. With that being said, thank you guys so much for watching. This is Born to Be Sports signing off for now, but not forever. I'll see you guys soon. Take care!